missing someone? Is as normal, missing someone, and missing someone is as normal, missing someone.
Good morning.
Hey you guys. Today.
Do you want to do the intro?
No.
Well, what are we going to be doing today?
I'm gonna trim some trees.
Okay, Nick. Hello, everyone. Today I thought we would film an updated morning routine and show you guys what our mornings have been like in quarantine. Nick has very willingly expressed the desire to be on camera today.
Super excited.
And he's gonna start off by making us pancakes, which is what we have been having almost every morning, right?
Yeah, close to it.
In the 5 years that we have dated, we've probably had pancakes 10 times. And then since we've been inside, we've probably had pancakes 12 times.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's become our routine.
Well, before this whole thing hit, we went to the store and bought a bunch of stuff, and I bought some Bisquick because when I was a kid, pancakes were like one of the only things my dad knew how to cook, and it was always with Bisquick. It was always super good. So I thought if there was a time to buy Bisquick, it would be during a quarantine. No regrets.
Cool. So Nick is going to be making his dad's Bisquick pancakes.
An old family recipe.
And we're just gonna take you through our morning. Your first cooking tutorial. And they're done. All right, while Nick is making our breakfast, I'm going to make some vitamin C and a vitamin B complex for us. I'm basically just going to add them to a little bit of juice. I don't know if you guys have tried these, any of you. I really like them, but they taste really bad. So you have to kind of mask the taste. I just think that taking vitamin C is not the worst idea right now with everybody getting sick. All right, got the vitamin C. And this is the vitamin B. This one is the same color as like uni. What is uni?
Sea urchin.
Sea urchin, yeah. Alright, and I use a chopstick to mix these up. You can see they look very unappetizing. That's because they are. And the mixture doesn't really blend. I'm just kind of trying my best. Some of you guys may know this, but when everything started unfolding, Nick got really sick. We still don't know exactly what he had or if it was the virus, but I was giving him vitamin C every morning. So we've just kind of continued that to hopefully help strengthen our immune systems. Cheers. Oh, that one's so bad. So what's the method here?
You follow the recipe and then you add way more milk and then you try to get it as thin as possible.
So it's like a crepe.
No, it's like a pancake.
Nick, you can't say your dad's last name. We're gonna go to his house. In the meantime, Nick and I also made these cinnamon rolls last night. And I'm going to let them proof. They have to sit out for 2 more hours before we can bake them. It's gonna be a very carb heavy, bread-ish heavy day. I was actually planning on making these for breakfast, but I didn't realize how long the prep time was, so they're gonna be like, I don't know, lunch, dinner. Thank you. And there we go. I'm going to have a little bit of this fig yogurt on mine. This is a local brand. They usually sell it at the farmer's market in Los Angeles. And I had some delivered yesterday because they are doing delivery while all of this is happening. It's like a really thick yogurt. I don't know how else to compare it. It's so good. I think I might just eat it with my hands. super good with the yogurt.
Nice.
I'm not really a huge syrup person. I like it sometimes, but only in really small amounts. So I often eat pancakes, waffles, those kinds of things without syrup. After we eat breakfast, Nick and I both kind of have our own routines of how we spend the rest of the morning. We are both very fortunately able to still continue working from home. So we kind of like break off and do our own thing for a little bit. And for me, I also have been writing lists every day. I've talked about this before, but it's really important for me to have some kind of structure, even if I'm staying at home. And even when things like this aren't happening in the world, I still like to have kind of designated things of what I would like to do or what I would like to accomplish. So last night before I went to sleep, I wrote a list of what I would like to do today. It's just kind of a guideline, and if I don't get everything done, that's totally fine. And I can start already checking some of the things off, and it just gives me satisfaction to kind of go through and, I don't know, check off my accomplishments. It feels nice. It's like very satisfying. I also wrote a list last night of things that Nick and I can do together around the house to improve the house and just organize things. So this is a great suggestion for all of you. If you're feeling bored, write like a master list of things you want to do around your house, around your space, to just make your life a little bit better. I've become pretty adamant about keeping the house clean because it's really making me feel tremendously better since we've been spending all this time inside, like keeping the kitchen clean. I have become obsessed with cleaning my bathroom on a regular basis, which is something that's on my list today. And otherwise, I've just been trying to do lots of small things throughout the day to make myself feel good, a lot of self-care and like pampering and just little things, you know? I'm always doing that anyways. I feel like my hair looks really good today, and that is the perfect time to introduce the sponsor of today's video, which is Function of Beauty. If you watch YouTube videos frequently, you have most likely heard about this brand. They are a fully customizable line of hair care products. I think the first time I saw their products was on Sophia Nygaard's channel, and it wasn't a sponsored video. She was just trying them out, and I felt really intrigued because I have been moving away from shampoo bars, which I used for a really long time, but I feel like they have been exacerbating some of my hair issues. As a lot of you know, I have alopecia areata, and I also get seborrheic dermatitis, which is not ideal. Right now, my scalp is actually doing really well. When I am having those issues, I do use shampoo that is prescribed by my dermatologist, but in between, I've been trying to use really gentle sulfate-free shampoos. If you have never heard of Function of Beauty, you basically go on their website and fill out a 2-minute quiz talking about your hair type and your hair goals. I think I chose just a couple, like defrizz, and then you are able to select the color of your product as well as the scent and what is printed on the bottle. This is what the conditioner looks like, and for both of them I chose no dye, and I chose the natural scent, which I think is peppermint eucalyptus. And that is actually my favorite part about the product, because if you've ever used any like scalp treatments with peppermint oil in them, it's very invigorating and it gives you like a nice kind of relaxing sensation, or like a tingly sensation. I don't know how to describe it. So I have given these a shot. I've been using them now for a couple of months. I don't wash my hair very often, which you guys know. So I'm washing it about once a week or once every week and a half. And so far it's going really well. I also got their hair serum, which I used today, mostly on the ends of my hair, just for a little bit of moisture. So if you guys would like to try out any of their products, they are offering 20% off your first order if you follow the link in my description box. I have also been doing a lot of just like body care rituals, and I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on all of that. In fact, I am currently growing my leg hair and my body hair out so that I can do an updated shaving routine for you guys. Stay tuned for that in the future. And right now I'm going to get started just kind of blowing through some things on my list. I think I'm also going to clean up the kitchen. I've just been really trying to keep everything in the house clean, although there are some spaces which I will show you, which are struggling. For example, this is on my list today. I tore this room apart to film an ASMR video and it is still in disarray. So yes, this house is not perfect, but we're working on it. I have also been lighting candles every day. I usually make my candles, but my sister gave me this one and I really like it just because I miss my family so much right now. I've been talking to them on the phone almost every day, but it's hard to be away from family right now. Okay, our rolls are going into the oven right now. Oh my god, okay. It's slippery. Okay. As you guys can see, a lot of my plants are not doing too hot. I feel as though they are also just very stressed. And sometimes when the season changes too, that can affect them. But I'm going to trim off all the dead leaves and give them a little haircut. I always find that this is really therapeutic. Taking care of your plants are like little babies. You guys, this might be one of the best things I've ever made. While these are still warm, I'm going to frost them using cream cheese frosting that I made last night. The icing is going to just get into all of those cracks. I don't know what inspired me to make these, but I guess I was thinking about like comfort food from when I was a kid. That has definitely been a theme. I used to get Cinnabons at this mall outside of Baltimore, and they were always like a special treat. I might have went a little bit too hard with the frosting, but this is the finished result. Thank you. Those were super good, super rich, and I am completely full. I didn't really use a real recipe for these. I did use a recipe for the dough, and then I kind of improvised for the filling and the frosting. But I will leave a couple of good recipes if you want to try this in the description box below. We have so many left that I'm thinking about maybe dropping some off to friends later. A lot of friends have been stopping by our house and giving us food and gifts and just doing nice things for us. So I want to return the favor. I think that's been one of my most favorite parts of quarantine, just people being kind and helping others and doing little nice gestures. It is now a little bit later in the afternoon. It's been pretty gray and overcast all day, so it's a little bit dark and it's starting to rain, but Nick and I are about to go on a walk. I've been trying to go on a walk as much as possible, ideally every day, because it's just nice to get out of the house. We've still been wearing masks and being safe as far as like keeping away from other people and everything, but I feel like I need it for my own mental sanity. Nick is not as much of a walking person as I am, but he's being a good sport. Hopefully this video inspired you in some way if you are feeling a lack of motivation, if you feel bored, or if you just feel like you're a bit stir crazy at home. I think that making a plan for the day has just been so helpful for me. I don't think I would have gotten half of the things done that I got done today if I hadn't have kind of planned to do them. I'm really feeling just so good in a space that's clean. I think I've said that so many times in this video, but I mean, even just seeing the living room compared to what it looked like this morning is such a breath of fresh air. There's still a few boxes I need to go through over there, so it's not 100% perfect, but really looks great. And then having a clean bathroom is a game changer. This is something I would like to start doing almost every day. It's just, it feels good in here. And our bedroom is really clean. Two final things I would like to say before this video ends. The first is that one of my cats threw up on my hiking boots at some point during the day. And I actually used the function of beauty shampoo to clean the spot. And it worked so immaculately that I ended up cleaning 2 more pairs of my sneakers. So that's an alternative use for that product. And the final thing is that I have purchased rollerblades, roller skates, and tap shoes during this whole predicament. And I'm looking forward to filming with them all in the future. It may signal some sort of a midlife crisis, but I'm pretty sure that we're all going through some form of a crisis. So stay tuned for that content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video, and I will talk to you then.